look, it's Elizabeth. We've learned so much about you from poking around in your room.
Excuse me, Monsieur de Richet. I really need to talk to you.
Hello. You're Elizabeth Adams, aren't you?
Yes, I regret that we haven't been properly introduced.
Bring up the Malay in the salon. Ask about her eye. Let's go on about
You
the
had
song.
us all worried last night. How are you feeling today?
Better. I was just a bit queasy. Don't worry about it. It happens all the time. Do you really want to know what made me ill? Last night, I found out that your mother was on the island. What are you doing here?
That's why she's interested. Admit your mother has gone missing. I can't remember what I did originally. I think I said...
My mother came here to do business with Lord Mortimer, but she seems to have gone missing. So I'm here to find her.
I know your mother very well.
What do you mean? Say that you know... No, what do you mean?
Really?
Yes, I have been in your mother's care ever since I was born.
She nursed you.
Oh, I wouldn't say nursed. No. I remember her stare, cold as ice. Her sadistic hands pressing over my mouth to silence me while I screamed in pain. I remember her knees, too. She held me down with them while she cut and burned scars into me.
Hold on a minute. What do you mean?
You can ask her when you see her.
Huh, she's getting more and more agitated.
Look, I've got to go.
Wait. I need to know more about you and my mother.
We haven't got any
Why did she
questioning
do all
opportunities.
that?
Okay.
There must be some reason for what she did.
What's the point of rubbing salt in the wounds?
Well, we know psychology doesn't work. We know we could try etiquette. To find out the
I
truth.
want to find out what really happened.
No, you really don't want to know what your mother did when I shed my first blood at puberty.
On the contrary, you can tell me anything. Let me be my own judge.
Well, we succeeded without any points.
You're no different from the rest of them. You couldn't give a damn about me. The only thing you're interested in is finding out about your mother.
Don't say that. Not everyone wants to use you. Some people care about you, don't they?
Well, we know her sister cares about her.
Haven't you got a sister?
Yes,
I'm sure she loves you with all her heart.
she's the only one who cares about me. I would have put an end to it all by now if it weren't for her. Since you insist, I'll tell you how I met your mother.
Thanks for trusting me.
Well, we got subtlety
You see,
points and determined points.
My mother often suffered from hallucinations and fits of anger. Soon people could barely recognize her. She became a completely different person. So my father spent an enormous amount of money paying for the best doctors, but none of them were able to cure her. The last resort was to call a priest.
Well, we've read the
Is
exorcism
that what your
rites.
father
No. He went to an expert in the occult.
Mother.
did? My mother.
Her reputation already extended beyond our borders. My mother's fits stopped at my birth, and Sarah de Richet concluded that the evil had passed into me. Not only did it encourage her to stay, but she took the opportunity to advise my father to separate me from the rest of my family. That's how I was declared stillborn. My fate was decided that very day.
It would coincide with my mother's frequent trips to America.
I had my first fit when I was 3. That's when your mother began her experiments
Purge the demons from her.
outside.
I understand how you feel, but I know my mother. I'm sure she had her reasons, even if it seems difficult to believe.
Everything she put me through was all for nothing. My whole life was ruined for nothing.
So what brings you here then?
My father used to know Sir Holm. He offered to introduce me to the world's leading authority in the occult.
Lord Mortimer.
He was my last hope. Until I found out he had also invited your mother.
It's got to be a coincidence. I don't believe for a second she's come here for you.
You can't change my mind about this, Louis. My days are numbered, and I know it.
Everyone's going to the party. So is Emily still going to be annoyed with us? Is she just going to blank us at the dinner table? If she does, that'll be quite interesting, because we normally have a conversation with her. But Well, we didn't spend any points talking with Emily. Elizabeth. There's too many E names. So I'm noticing it's very, very framey. I'm having issues with running this at full screen with the capture software, or at least getting the second screen to work.
What can I do for you, sir? I am at your service day and night, sir.
What can you tell me about our host?
I would like to speak about your master, Lord Mortimer.
Do please excuse me, sir, but I shall make no comment about my master. Is there anything else that sir would like to know?
Tell me about the guests.
What can you tell me about the guests?
Do excuse me, sir, but I am bound by discretion to say nothing about Lord Mortimer's guests, sir. Perhaps sir would like to know something else?
I have a few questions about the manor, then. What could I find on the ground floor?
Can you briefly describe the ground floor, please?
Very well, sir. On the ground floor, there are mainly living rooms. Sir finds himself at present in the Grand Hall. From the Grand Hall, Sir can access, on one side, the small salon where the guests like to relax with a good book. From there, Sir can access the conference room, which is closed at present for preparations. That is where Lord Mortimer likes to gather all of his guests for talks.
I have a
From the
feeling
other
that might
side
be
of
in
the
episode
hall,
2.
Sir may access the dining room. That is where Sir's meals will be served. From the dining room, Sir may benefit from an exceptional view overlooking the island. It is also the best way to access the portrait gallery, where a large part of Lord Mortimer's works are exhibited. And in the gallery, Sir will also find access to the garden. But Sir may be reassured the building is accessible on both sides, so that it surrounds the garden in question. So, Sir should not find cause to worry. No one has ever gotten lost.
Except my mother.
Except for my mom.
Yeah, there we go.
Has Sir another question?
So this is an interesting... Well, I would class it as interesting, but it's a peculiarity of language. And I think this is part of the lost in translation thing. Because obviously it's saying here about going to the salon on the first floor, which is obviously here on the ground floor. And I think this is something to do with the kind of divide between Europe and the States. Here in Europe, we have ground floor. First floor is the first floor up. Second floor, third, so on. And in the States, I think people describe the ground floor as the first floor and then go up from there. So this is why it's saying about the ground floor, but this is describing it as the first floor and so on and so forth. I think when I first played this, it actually had this as first floor, second floor, third floor, as opposed to ground, first, second. So they do look like they've changed it slightly, possibly with a patch. So I mean, if we go to...
Yes. What can I find on the second floor?
He's just said second floor, even though it said third.
For Lord Mortimer, sir. In the west wing, on the second floor, are his private chambers. In the east wing are the rooms reserved for Lord Mortimer's personal guests. At the moment, these rooms are reserved for Sir Holmes, sir. But only authorized guests may access that area. Does Sir have any more questions?
May I walk outside? I think he just said you can go down to the wharf again. So I'm wondering if you can help me out.
As I was unable to bring my personal effects with me, I was wondering if you could find me a few items.
Of course, sir. What would you require?
Well, at the moment we have 5 jellies, 5 thorns, 3 and 3. So we could possibly get those off him. Amber's very expensive to get off him, but a manuscript? We do know books help boost us.
What's that book you're hiding in your jacket?
The Sorrows of Young Werther by Goethe, sir. And I am not hiding it.
Hand it to me, please.
It is damaged, sir. I would never dare lend Sir a book in such a pitiful state, sir. I took it to restore.
Like I said, we know he's prone to manipulation. This is going to cost us a lot of points, but for a book, it may be worth it.
Beg pardon, sir?
It's my book.
And we get 1
I'm
point
telling
back
you,
as well.
It's my book.
With all due respect, sir, I hope sir will understand that I have doubts. You see, I found it in Lord Mortimer's library.
Well, there you are then. That's exactly where I left it.
I am quite put out, sir. I don't know what to say.
In that case, I suggest you say nothing and hand it over.
But
Now.
But sir, Very well, sir. Here you are. May sir take good care of it. It is damaged.
And you've damaged it as well? Well, bravo. Bravo.
I can't remember what the book gives us a point in,
Me, sir.
but
Say pardon.
Pardon me, sir.
Very good. There were
we're
some
just
other things I wanted to
bullying
go
the
over
servants. Well, with the so few points left, I think we'll just return. And we'll take our leave. So, I want to... Now, I can't remember how many of the royal jellies we've devoured. Because if we have 4 in a row, we become drunk and we can't actually see the timer. Though, because we're so low, I'm going to take 1 at least. Actually, we could take 1. If we do get drunk, we can then use the counter agent. I mean, this might actually be a good way to demonstrate. So if we have another, we're intoxicated now. Use the golden elixir to cure yourself. So if we do that, we can... Which one was the golden elixir? That's... Cures negative alterations. Gives us free skill. So yeah, we want to use that one. So now, because if we're drunk, we can't see the timer. But now we're fully restored and we're ready for a conversation. And this time around, I hope I don't fail it. Because last playthrough, we basically have to out-talk Napoleon. And I failed on all accounts. A bit like how we did with Emily in her bedroom. But this is more one of the key conversations. Like when we walked in the front door and spoke to Piaggi. Also, the frame rate is a lot lower than last time. It's very, very jerky.
Monsieur de Richet, allow me to introduce our new...
So much so I may
arrived during the night.
pause and
Johann Christoph von
try and tweak the
Minister
graphics
of Religious Affairs and close
after
aide
this.
Frederick William II, King of Prussia. Napoleon Bonaparte, Lieutenant of the French Revolutionary Army. And Jacques Peroux, French Revolutionary Tribunal Judge. Unfortunately, my friends, Lord Mortimer will not be joining us this morning.
Our absentee host again.
Later. So, let us begin.
What is Mortimer playing at? He tells me to come urgently and he sends no one to meet me?
My friend.
Better that way.
Let's...
And right he was too.
Thank you again.
We missed that. I was too busy seeing which one I could do.
Delighted to hear it.
Volner and Piaggi seem to be getting along well.
So that's a... No. Let's see. We've done occultism.
You know, Volner prohibited religious practices in Prussia. Renowned member of the Rose Croix Order, former Freemason, and great lover of alchemy. And look at Piaggi fawning over him. I really do have a problem digesting political protocol.
Well, we haven't gone the political route anyway.
Glad to make landfall.
Okay, so we know something about Volner now.
And your husband?
He's poorly. The French Revolution gives him terrible headaches.
Oh, I understand. I should feel better too, as soon as the situation is settled.
If by chance the French crisis is emulated in Berlin, there will always be a refuge for you in London, my dear.
Your offer does you honor, Emily. But London is much closer to Paris than Berlin. Beware. The French are capable of...
The French are coming! The French are coming!
...to the Houses of Parliament.
Well, there's 3 of them sat at the table.
I am shaking in my clogs.
Yes. It all gets very hammy.
Is the wine to your liking?
Very much so, Sir Gregory. Such complexity. Typically French. A Sauterne, isn't it?
Absolutely.
If I'm not mistaken, this is not Lord Mortimer's favourite wine. It is yours.
In his absence, I have taken the liberty of making a slight deviation from the rule, but
He's just helped himself to the cellar.
Don't worry, I appreciate the same grape varieties as you. I remember the last time we tasted that nectar here at this table. The finest minds of the century were present.
And the last time we drank it, the orphanage in Bloomsbury was still in ruins.
Would you repeat that?
Oh, well, I put some small effort into the works. The orphanage reopened just before Christmas.
Well, it's not the orphanage in Paris that the Revolutionary Court bloke was supplying orphans for.
Say, you have given the girls a wonderful Christmas gift. Thank you.
I made a promise. Now it is done.
Oh, she's all feeling weak. Let's... Well,
It's the first time I've ever seen her so moved.
locked swift? Okay.
It broke right through Emily's hard shell.
And we discovered her vulnerability as well.
Everything all right?
Yes, thank you. I had a moment of absence, but here I am again.
Ask Washington about Walner. Ask... Get to know Walner.
My lord, I only know the prestige of your name. Might I have the honor of getting to know you a little better?
You are Monsieur
Louis de Richet.
de Richet. De Richet. A name with a nobiliary particle. Are you descended from a noble line?
And you, sir?
Let's
The
try
presence
it.
of a particle does not necessarily mean a person belongs to the nobility, nor does it prevent the observance of the rules of etiquette, Monsieur von Volneur.
Oh, so he's vulnerable to diversion. Okay. Which I don't think we've got any points in.
Information on this Napoleon?
Make an assumption, which we can't. Let Emily. Let's share our information.
Is arranged to keep his family out of the harmful reach of Corsican monarchists.
Remember, we did pry in his room.
And that's not all. Mortimer and my mother have apparently agreed to deliver cannons to this Bonaparte.
What? Since when does the Order finance wars? Are you sure?
Unfortunately, yes. And the fact you didn't know my mother made this agreement makes it even stranger.
Thank you, Louis. At least you have taught me something.
Monsieur de Richet?
See, like I said, this is the scripted bit I kind of failed last time. So hopefully with full points and a little foreknowledge, we should be able to do it this time. We can hope anyway.
Lord Mortimer and the Golden Order, through your mother, have concluded a financial agreement.
Stay composed, Louis. I'm listening.
An agreement for cannons. Lord Mortimer assured me that you are to take over the project on behalf of your mother. You must know that I am deeply sorry about their disappearance, but I must validate the deal urgently if I want to be able to organize things properly.
I haven't seen Lord Mortimer yet. I'm afraid I'll be unable to answer your questions.
He assured me that you could replace your mother during her absence.
I appreciate his confidence, but still, this is a bit hasty. But please continue.
Of course, but I need to know if I can count you among...
Right, so we get 2 blunders.
Well, of course.
And for that,
some foreknowledge.
I have a little question for you.
Right.
The agreement stipulates an aid of 50.
I'm going to use that.
For 200 cannon.
This is going to cost us nothing.
I've only just taken over the affair. The agreement will be considered null and void until we've gone through it together. Is that clear?
All right. You seem to know what
See, I knew he was vulnerable to it.
One last question I would like to pose to you. We don't know each other yet, you and I. And I need to make sure that we both share the same vision for the future of France. Given the hard times that have befallen our beautiful country, what do you think it would take to restore...
Well, at least we got 2 blunders. We can make 2 mistakes here. We know he's not vulnerable to manipulation. We can't out-politics him. I know his
I think
motives.
what France is lacking today is a truly strong leader ready to govern.
So that I didn't have that option before because I didn't break into his room.
Propel her forward so once again she becomes a proud nation respected by all. A man capable of both rebuilding the country from the inside and, at the same time, developing exterior relations. Someone with a vision, I think. The right person still remains to be found.
You're right, my friend. I hear your words, and I agree.
We just stroked his ego a little.
I am reassured. I am very happy to have met you. Lord Mortimer was right to put his trust in you. I hope to work with you in the very near future. I would like to thank you for your support by offering you this humble little gift.
Thoughts of the French Revolution.
Reflections on the revolution in France.
And we've got a bookworm trait, so this is probably because we've collected so many.
I, too, am delighted to have met you.
My friends, I would like to say a few words, please. I would like to thank Lord Mortimer, and you, Sir Holm, for bringing us all together here. Those of us for whom it is not the first time here, like me, are all trembling in sweet anticipation of the arrival of our host. For the rest, I would like to reassure you that Lord Mortimer always has a few surprising projects to propose. But I can assure you that each and every one of us has always benefited from them. The last time I came to this place, Lord Mortimer offered to help me in my electoral campaign for the presidency of the United States.
So he brought and paid for the American election.
His support was an
Not going to make any political comments there.
We are here among like-minded people. So let us put aside the conflicts in which some of our nations find themselves at present. So I raise my glass in honor of you all, my new and old friends.
I want to know, is he still annoyed with us for not helping him?
Mr. Washington.
Let's try that. Oh, and another etiquette.
Washington is a very gifted speaker. Leave him for 5 minutes with sworn enemies and he'll convince them to be friends for life.
Right, we shall
Yep.
meet again.
Like I said, I knew we cannot out-politics the two politicians here.
Lord Mortimer, I hope. Until then,
Though
I trust
technically,
you'll find plenty to
is Sir Holm, as a member of the House of Lords, also immune to politics? Kind of makes sense. Found hidden message, got the whole message. Spoke to Elizabeth Adams, spoke to Napoleon. No failures, no alternative paths. So I actually did everything in that chapter. So do we get bonus points for that? Character traits revealed, new characters met, vulnerabilities exploited, and items found. So we have 8 points to spend now. Well, let's actually pump it into things we know we can use. Questioning we need. Also, let's check our books, actually. Psychology, occultism. Okay, we could actually use 1 point in from that. Is that all psychology? I mean, if we could do this, 2 there, 2 there, we can actually use the psychology point in from the book. Which one? This one. And we'll actually get a boost in psychology as well. Saying that was a manipulation one. There was. So let's start prepping the manipulation. Yeah, do that, and then we'll try and use the book for the psychology. And we've unlocked experienced. So that must be fully upgrading X number of traits.
Let's recap. We
before dinner, I was going to investigate my mother's message. I've got to find the place where all eyes size you up.
So we said we'll do the psychology and validate that. So presumably now, yes, psychology is up to level 2, as is etiquette. We just need to do the same for manipulation. So like I said, I think these are like the key ones for we use in conversations. We know etiquette works with Bonaparte and Volner now. We know psychology is good. Was it against Emily? And I think there was somebody else. I can't remember, but manipulation works against the servants and Piaggi. So these are the ones I'm focusing, and also we can have a look for our talents now. So your effort points pool increased by 1. Okay, so we've even increased it by 1 anyway. Okay, so we got the amber to increase it, and we've gained more there. Can equip 1 extra manuscript. Okay, so does this mean we can read 2 books at night then? Possibly. Swift, gain 1 skill point in vigilance. Make a dialogue choice 20 times before the end of the dialogue. Okay, and we out of breath was right at the beginning. We got some more traits, didn't we? No, shady we saw before. Legitimate. Was it because we doubled up on 1 as well? Reliable. I think it was legitimate. We got a ×2 or something. Came out on top 1-on-1 with Napoleon Bonaparte. There you go, yes. So, I wonder if we eventually collect all of these. You know, including the voyeur and the shady and things like that. Or if this is our maximum pool of points of traits. But is there anything else we're close to? Gain 2 skill points in questioning. 2 points in etiquette. Succeed 10 confrontations. Well, we only succeeded 3 of 10. Obviously, I think this goes across all the episodes as well. Use manipulation skill 10 times. Find 12 fragments of amber. Calculating your effort points pool increased. Use exactly 1 consumable of each type during a quest. Well, we're way past that already. Sober, gain 1 skill point. Use no consumables. So there's a lot of different challenges, really. Obviously, these are all going to be achievements. We cover all Elizabeth Adams' immunities and vulnerabilities. I mean, we're pretty close. We've got, what is it, 2 immunities and 1 vulnerability. So we'll eventually get these across all the episodes, I'm guessing. Reach level 3 in sciences and occultism skills. Well, we've not gone down the conviction or logical route. Etiquette, we're high. Psychology, questioning and vigilance. I mean, we are starting to move along the questioning and vigilance stuff. So, that's a possibility. And etiquette and erudition. Well, erudition only really is used in referring to books, so it's not one I'm highly prioritizing. But I mean, we may go further down the science route. Subterfuge, definitely. Manipulation and psychology, they're probably 2 we're focusing, so we'll probably get those eventually. Okay. How about we leave that one there? I mean, slightly shorter chapter, but I know what we have to do next. We have to go find the Gorgon. And I know exactly where we have to go for that. So it might be worth doing a little bit of backtracking. I wonder if we can... Well, we'll have a poke around. So I know obviously, after speaking to the servant, the best route to the portrait gallery was through the Red Salon and that.
Discourse on the Method by Descartes. This book changed the way I looked at the world.
He's already a fan. Why does he need to read it again then? If it changed his world, then surely he's already studied it. Just seeing if there's anything else, any coins or anything. This will also give me an opportunity to rejig the graphics because, like I said, it seems to be a lot laggier. The frame rate is definitely struggling this time for some reason or other. Like I said, we never came back this way. Well, I never came back this way when we go upstairs. No, upstairs is blocked. When I played it on stream.
The only person sizing me up here is that monumental Zeus. It can't be here.
No, it's not. We go through here. We can, okay. Okay, this gives us an opportunity to have a poke around in here. I mean, obviously we were in here before speaking to Sir Holm on the first night and that. But we didn't really get to explore in here. I mean, is there anything else about? I mean, there was a second opportunity to come in here, which was... what the hell are those on the floor? Is that just a metal cup? That's the cup and a saucer, isn't it? So that has to be a metal cup of some sort. So there's a second opportunity if we'd helped Washington. We could come in here.
Chronicles of the Amber Princess. As I recall, Dorkin was my favorite character.
Can we take the book then?
Chronicles of the Amber Princess. Hey, these look like pages taken from an ancient encyclopedia.
So have we got all the encyclopedia pages now? No, 2 or 3. So we still need one more page. Notes de Richet. Collection of notes written by... Okay, so we've got to collect some notes from Mother as well. That's another box. I don't think we have a key for this, though.
There's a pattern with 5 circles on this chest.
Have we got the key for that? Use key, yes! So, what's that? Golden elixir is up to 5? Wow, that was a lot of golden elixir in there. So it was worth stealing that key. I think that was out of Perot's room, wasn't it? So I think this is blocked. This was... Yeah. The servant said something about to the conference room. Anything else? I'm looking for any glowing objects. No, I think that is everything. So, like I said, we will leave it there. As I said, slightly shorter than last time. But I reckon there's like another 30 to 40 minutes of gameplay. Ooh. Okay. Coin? Collector's coins, yeah. So down, we can go back upstairs. This is going to be blocked. Yeah. So yeah, we will call it there. If you enjoyed our encounter with good old Boney, obviously give us a like. Let us know what you think of the series so far. And we've got one more episode to go. We've got to go find a Medusa. And like I said, we get to make one final big decision. Whether we help Elizabeth or maybe repair some bridges with Emily. I know which way I'm leaning towards because I've already helped Elizabeth, so I wonder what we can get up to with Emily. Well, hey. But if you want to find that out, obviously you know what to do. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed, and keep tabs on us on the social medias to find out when the next episode is going up. And of course, you can do so by following us at the Kilobits. Alright, until next time, folks, I will catch you later. Bye!